Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, who lived from 1835 to 1908, emerged during a turbulent period in Islamic history. Colonialism cast a long shadow, and Muslim societies grappled with modernity. Into this world, Ahmad brought a message of renewal. He claimed to be the promised Messiah and Mahdi, with a mission to revive the true spirit of Islam. Ahmad's claims were bold, sparking controversy. Traditionalists viewed him with suspicion, and some outright rejected him. Criticism, however, was not unfamiliar to prophets throughout history, who faced similar trials. Ahmad saw opposition as an inevitable part of his mission, responding with reason, compassion, and unwavering faith. Ahmad's life and teachings offer invaluable lessons. They teach us how to navigate dissent, remind us of the importance of dialogue, and highlight the power of faith in the face of adversity. This essay explores Ahmad's unique approach to opposition, delving into the reasons behind the resistance he encountered, and examining his legacy of peace, tolerance, and understanding. Ahmad understood his experience was not unique. Prophets throughout time faced resistance. He saw parallels with Prophet Muhammad. Both faced accusations and persecution. Ahmad saw this pattern repeating. The Quran speaks of prophets enduring hardship. It tells of their struggles. Noah was mocked, Abraham was driven out, and Jesus was crucified. These stories reminded Ahmad that opposition tests faith. Opposition often stems from fear. People resist new ideas. This was true in Prophet Muhammad's time and Ahmad's. Ahmad's message challenged the status quo. He emphasized love and service. This message resonated but threatened those in power. Much of the opposition Ahmad faced stemmed from misunderstanding. His claims were misrepresented, and his words were twisted, leading to fear and suspicion. Ahmad realized the need to clarify his teachings, so he actively engaged with his critics and addressed their concerns. One major point of contention was Ahmad's claim to be the promised Messiah. Critics argued that this contradicted Islamic belief, as they believed that Jesus would return in person. Ahmad, however, explained that his advent fulfilled the true spirit of the prophecy. Ahmad argued that prophecies should not be taken literally. They often contain deeper symbolic meanings. He claimed that his coming heralded a new era for Islam, an era of spiritual revival, and a time for Muslims to reclaim their faith. Ahmad's opponents also accused him of claiming prophethood, which they argued was blasphemy, as Prophet Muhammad was believed to be the final prophet. Ahmad, however, clarified that his status was different. He was a subordinate prophet who received revelation from God, but his message did not abrogate or supersede the Quran. At the heart of the opposition lay theological differences. Ahmad's teachings challenged established interpretations of Islam, leading to heated debates on various issues. One such issue was the concept of jihad. Traditionalists viewed jihad primarily as a physical struggle, believing it justified war in certain situations. Ahmad, however, presented a different understanding. He emphasized the spiritual dimension of jihad, defining it as a struggle against one's inner evils. Ahmad argued that the true jihad was to overcome greed, anger, and hatred, striving for moral excellence. He did not completely reject the possibility of physical warfare but believed it should only be a last resort, waged in self-defense. Another point of contention was the concept of the Mahdi, a guided reformer awaited by Muslims. Some scholars believed the Mahdi would be a political figure, expected to establish Islamic rule through force. Ahmad, however, saw the Mahdi's role differently. He believed the Mahdi would be a spiritual leader, whose primary weapon would be knowledge and reason. He would revive Islam through peaceful means and unite Muslims under the banner of love and compassion. Section 5, Reason and Revelation, a two-pronged approach. Ahmad's response to opposition was both rational and spiritual. He engaged in theological debates. He used logic and reason to defend his claims. He also relied on revelation. He cited divine communication as proof of his truthfulness. Ahmad wrote extensively. He penned over 90 books and pamphlets. In these works he addressed the objections raised against him. He provided detailed explanations of his teachings. He backed up his arguments with Quranic verses and prophetic traditions. Ahmad's writings were not limited to theological discourse. He also addressed social issues. He wrote about the importance of education, particularly for women. He advocated for the rights of the poor and marginalized. He condemned all forms of prejudice and discrimination. Ahmad's spiritual response to opposition involved prayer and supplication. He believed that God would ultimately guide those who were sincere. He also emphasized the importance of patience and perseverance. He reminded his followers that truth always prevails. Section 6. Moral High Ground, Responding with Dignity and Grace. Ahmad taught his followers to respond to opposition with dignity and grace. He forbade them from resorting to violence or aggression. He encouraged them to be patient and forgiving. He believed that their conduct should reflect the true teachings of Islam. Ahmad emphasized the importance of dialogue. He believed that open and respectful conversation could bridge divides. He invited his critics to engage in reasoned debate. He welcomed their questions and concerns. He responded to them with patience and understanding. Ahmad's followers were to be ambassadors of peace. They were to embody the Islamic values of compassion, tolerance, and justice. He reminded them that their actions spoke louder than words. They were to win hearts through love, not force. Ahmad's approach was not without its challenges. His followers faced persecution and discrimination, yet they remained steadfast in their commitment to peace. They followed their leader's example. They responded to hatred with love. They met intolerance with understanding. Section 7. A Legacy Foretold, Prophecies and Their Fulfillment. Ahmad made numerous prophecies during his lifetime. He claimed that these prophecies were divinely inspired. They served as signs of his truthfulness. He also predicted the future of his movement. He foretold its eventual triumph over opposition. One of Ahmad's most famous prophecies concerned the spread of his message. He claimed that his teachings would reach the corners of the earth. Despite starting in a small village in India, his message would eventually resonate across continents. Today, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is established in over 200 countries. It continues to grow rapidly. This global reach is seen as a fulfillment of Ahmad's prophecy. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of his message. Ahmad also predicted that his followers would face intense opposition. However, he assured them that they would ultimately be victorious. He taught that truth always prevails no matter how fiercely it is opposed. This message continues to inspire Ahmadi Muslims today. Section 8. A Call for Unity, Bridging Divides Within Islam. A core aspect of Ahmad's mission was to bridge divides within Islam. He believed that sectarianism and disunity were weakening the Muslim world. He called for Muslims to unite under the banner of the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad. Ahmad argued that differences of opinion should not lead to division. He emphasized the importance of respecting diverse viewpoints. He urged Muslims to focus on their shared beliefs. He reminded them that they were united by their faith in one God. Ahmad's message of unity remains particularly relevant today. The Muslim world faces numerous challenges. Sectarian violence, extremism, and political instability threaten its stability. Ahmad's teachings offer a path towards reconciliation and understanding. Ahmad's legacy is one of peace, tolerance, and interfaith dialogue. He established the Ahmadiyya Muslim community on these principles. He believed that building bridges between faiths was essential for a harmonious world. He actively engaged with people of other religions. Section 9. Conclusion. The enduring relevance of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad's teachings. Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad's life and teachings offer timeless lessons for navigating dissent. He taught that opposition is an inevitable part of religious life. It should not be feared or suppressed. Instead, it should be met with wisdom, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to truth. Ahmad's legacy is multifaceted. He was a prolific writer, a theologian, a social reformer, and a champion of interfaith dialogue. His teachings continue to inspire millions worldwide. His message of peace, love, and understanding remains as relevant today as it was over a century ago. Ahmad's story teaches us the importance of engaging with opposing viewpoints. It highlights the power of dialogue and the need for mutual respect. It also reminds us that true faith is not about blind acceptance. It is about seeking knowledge, questioning assumptions, and arriving at truth through reason and revelation.